Shalom, my brothers and sisters. This is the day the Most Yahuah has made. We rejoice and be glad in it. I'm gonna share a dream with you guys and get y'all into what the Most High been having me into. Cause He been telling us to be careful, not to go into higher conscious, or to be fall away in the midst of learning the truth and knowledge, right? Because so many people, they have so much knowledge, and they get knowledge from fallen angels that many people fell off, y'all. But let me give you a dream that the Most High had me in. I had the other night, and it's connected into what He been having us in. Okay, let me get you back this way. Okay, you know how the Most High been telling us. Remember, I had that dream, and I shared with you guys that it was 3 people on a stage, and they were sitting at a table, and it was 2 men and one woman. They all had masonry like necklaces on, and one of them was Paul Mooney. So the Most High took me back to this girl, this woman, because He been telling us to be careful not to be deceived, right? Because people are into these divine nine fraternities and sororities. They were masonry, y'all, and they teaching doctrines of demons and also pushing agenda through activists, and just know this whole world is a lie, and it's built out by masonry, y'all. These fallen angels. So y'all, at one time, He had me, like, I was watching this woman. Because she was talking about some stuff that seemed like the truth. And the Most High be telling us to be careful of who you follow, because people will start off with the truth, and then they'll be preaching like a different doctrine and have you deceived. So this woman she always talking, and she highly educated, right? And He took me back to this woman, y'all. And I looked at her page, because I had shared a video of hers a long time ago on my page, but then the Most High took me from watching her. I couldn't feel like continue to watch her in my spirit. So it's that freedom of Yeshua. That black woman that's always, she's giving all the knowledge, speaking all this knowledge and stuff. And the Most High got me that she in masonry with sororities. He got me like with the divine nine. And what got me to this, and what He telling me, and I started looking through her page, why she have masonry symbols? Her hands gestures that she do on some of her thumbnail. Then you go through her playlist. She have masonry symbols, y'all. Be careful who you watch, right? So look at this, because it's connected to my dream in masonry. Okay, the first dream I told y'all about the 3 people, and it was a woman. So this let me know the Most High, y'all, telling me be careful, like it's men and women that's into this. So he revealed this woman to me. And so last night I had a dream. All in all, I was standing outside, and it was like, you know how you outside and you just hanging with people? But I wasn't hanging with anybody. Just say, like, for instance, you just outside and it's like people out there with you. And all I heard was this loud noise, y'all. It was so loud. And I looked up in the sky, and it was another couple beside me, a Hispanic man and his wife. Next to me, we looked up to the sky, because all this noise was coming from the sky. Guess what come out of the sky? It was a triangle masonry sign of the pyramid was coming down, and it had the masonry, the cards, the Illuminati cards. It had it on the triangle, on the pyramid, and that's why I put it on the community post that the Most High also had me to go look at those cards, the Illuminati cards, and one of them had with the activists on them in Freemasonry. But as I go through these cards, because I found somebody that was selling them online on eBay, and they had all these photos of the cards in their in a photo book. So I started taking pictures of it, y'all. It got all kinds of different information on it. But you know how Masonry run America, at these Freemasons and these sororities and fraternities, look, people started getting knowledge from fallen angels. Because also I was watching this movie and it was talking about a talisman, right? But in one of the cards, it said about a talisman on the Illuminati card. It's called Talisman of Araman. So I go look this up to get some information on it on Google. Why is it talking about fallen angels? The talisman is like a appendix that they use for like magic, witchcraft. So they let me know they also get magic. They get knowledge from witchcraft, y'all. Because also that's what they do, the rituals and stuff also in the Freemason and fraternities and sororities, the Freemasonries. They get information from fallen angels. And I'm going to put some of these cards in there, the Illuminati cards, so you can read them. And put it into this video, and because it tells about a lot, y'all. They give you already what they telling you already what they doing. It's with global warming. It tell you about all kind of stuff that they into. You know, they copy the Most High, and they got their own stuff going on. I'm talking about vampires, all kind of stuff, y'all. The pizza, and you know they were talking about pizza back then, talking about the children. So as this pyramid was coming out the sky, and it had all those Illuminati signs on them, like the cards. And I was telling the people, I said, that's the Antichrist that's coming out the sky. I told him, I said, this is the Antichrist. And the guy was like, yeah, it's the Antichrist, but how did he would communicate with everybody? Because it looked like also in a way that had me like, when it came down, I told him, I said, it's a hologram AI. And he said, well, how is it going to communicate with everybody? I said, it'll find a way to translate with people. And so that's what the Most High got me into about with communicating. Because you know how they do codes and stuff, and they get stuff from the fallen angels. He took me back to that picture that I sent you guys about the ancient alphabet. And the man was named, his name was Freeman L. And that got me Freeman. And it was a man from African man with the fallen angels, and he created the Freemason, and them go off of that photo off of the ancient alphabet. That photo is Baphomet on there. As you compare that photo next to that is Baphomet, and that man's name is Freeman L. And as I looked up what Freeman L means, Freeman is he's saying he was a Freemason, he free-minded. And also L also mean a god. So he's saying it's called the root of God. So he's saying that he root of God, which I told y'all all that go back to about what Adam and Eve, but how the fallen angels came down, they took territory over the earth. They made their own religion, and also had teaching men how to do with witchcraft and sorcery and knowledge, with the knowledge feeding them knowledge to worship them, and it also through religion, and it's paganism. And that's why the Most High tells us get from religion, y'all. It's all connected. Y'all, it's connected. All that information of that ancient alphabet, that's Baphomet. That is Satan. But you can worship all the fallen angels and paganism and do witchcraft and all that through that ancient alphabet stuff they got going on. It's like they work off of that. And they say that you can have power and worship any God and you do anything. This got me with the new age. This is why I'm going with the one world religion. And this how the Most High had me about with that pyramid that came out of the sky in my dream. This is how they communicate. This is how everybody will be worshiping the beast. Many of them are already doing it, but this was pushing more to, and it's all worshiping the Antichrist. This is why the Most High told us get out of religion. It's about a relationship with him. In Revelation 13, it's telling you about the Baphomet. Tell you about Satan. It's connected to Revelation 13. The blasphemous name, because you can worship any God. fallen angels. And people digging in all that stuff, that new age stuff, going after different gods, fallen angels, getting wisdom, doing what they doing, witchcraft, sorcery, doing all that to go reach other gods to get their power, and going against the Most High Yah. And all the worlds was marveled and followed the beast. They follow the new age. These are small antichrists, people following. And they all marveled and followed the beast. So they worship the dragon. Who gave authority to the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And it was granted to him to make war with the saints and overcome them. And the authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose name has not been written in the book of life. These are all satanic worshipers. All of them will worship Satan because they are antichrist. They with that new age and they falling back to it. They with that Masonic occultist. So now you're a follower. And you know how Yahusha Hamashiach got his followers? Satan got his followers too. Then you become a follower of Satan. The fallen angels that worship Satan. Okay, here go the beast of the earth. Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, talking about Satan. And he had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. Now, when that's Baphomet. He the same thing. He a 2-headed snake. It says, and he exercised all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and caused the earth and those who dwell to worship the first beast, whose deadly wounds was healed. That's the same thing as that fallen angel, that ancient alphabet. It's 2 in 1. It's a 2-headed snake, and you see the 2 snakes in the stomach. The religion help you worship the beast. It's a small antichrist with the S and the big antichrist, 2-headed snake. So when you worship one, then later on you worship the next one, the big one. You worship the same thing. It's just 2 in 1. And that's why the 2 heads. 2-headed snake. Now you see the 2 heads, the circle around the head of that ancient alphabet. It got 2 heads, a circle around the head and a head. 2 heads, and it's 2-headed snake in the inside of the stomach. And it says, he performs great signs and wonders. Thank you, Father. And you know the small antichrist, those in the religion with the new age, them false prophets. The religion, the new age, all of them are false prophets. And then you have the beast. They worship the beast, the antichrist, which right here is the beast of the earth. Thank you, Father. And it says, whose deadly wounds was healed. He performs great signs, so that he even makes fire come down from heaven and earth in the sight of men. Now, in my dream, this pyramid came out the sky. It was so loud, y'all. And he'll make great signs and wonders, and deceive those who dwell on the earth by those signs which was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those to dwell on the earth to make an image of the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak, and cause who would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. He caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive the mark of on their right hand and on their foreheads. Their right hands is their rights, their works they do. They don't have no rights no more in the Most High. And their forehead, that's their mindset. He'll have control over them. Over their control, over what they doing, which they doing everything with AI and stuff, brainwashing people. And there no one will buy or sell except one who has the mark or the image of the beast. For the number of his wisdom, let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast. For the number of the man is 666. And the Most High says Satan come in his image. No, a man behind this, he's a Freemason. The man that's going to come out at the Antichrist, they're going to sit in that throne over there that they building in that temple. He's a masonry. He's a Freemason. But that alphabet thing have ways that they decode. That's why they got that satanic knowledge. That's why you better be careful who we listening to, y'all. That's why I try not even to watch folks. I try to stay into the Most High. And that's why they pushing all that stuff through music and movies and all that, brainwashing people. Control. To condition you. Condition people for the worship the beast. That's why he told us to make sure the right hand gonna be your rights. You no more have the right of Christ. You be full with darkness. Be filled with nothing but the evil works that they do. Just like them, they worship and doing rituals and sacrifices and all that, and that demonic cult, just how they follow it in their new age, do whatever they want to do, and worship whatever God they want to serve, and their God, they not walking in alignment with the Most High. They doing what they want to do, doing whatever Satan and them fallen angels had them to do, and worshiping their gods, and they sacrificing to demons, selling their soul. Y'all, let's make sure we get it from this stuff. Even though Most High, he aware of this stuff, because he let us know, don't get into this mess. All this occult. That's why them witches and warlocks and all that's in Christianity and religion. And I told you, they even got that Hebrew religion. Some of them, they do witchcraft and sorcery. That's why we better get out of there. So much going on. Let's keep our eyes on the Most High, y'all. Y'all be blessed.